Existential meltdown in education. Before reviewing any of the existential meltdown segments, you should review the 24-and-4 slideshow. The world's outlook is very depressing, and it is important to have hope if someone says there is no Santa Claus. As a problem-solving institution that prepares new generations to be needed problem solvers, education is failing at all levels. This chart summarizes the decline of education as a creator of problem solvers. Primary and secondary schools are warehouses. Academia has become whorehouses where grades can be purchased with new bodies or old buddies. Educators do not ask the question, how does the product I shape affect my future world and retirement? No one takes responsibility for raising a generation imbued with the work ethic, parents, teachers, and politicians. Like Social Security, state pension funds are drying up from a lack of good problem solvers. The education cancers are not good for anyone, including the educators, who, like parents, must share the blame and face a bleak future. Time-wasting attitudes are shaped in classrooms. Parents who complain about homework don't understand that you can't have a problem solver without knowledge of problems. Too many parents seem to think that knowledge will explode into empty heads at graduation. Do you really think you are preparing your child to take care of you and your generation? If not, who will take care of you? Some other child whose parents were TV babysitters like you? As schools became babysitting services, the graduated product had fewer specific and general problem-solving skills, armed with the psychobabble. I'm okay, you're okay. The kids didn't feel the need to work or achieve since they were already okay. Since they were okay, life owed them a living. If you teach self-esteem, you affirm a person for a day. If you teach the work ethic, you affirm a person for a lifetime. The decline of the basic sciences for classes in touchy-feelies will in the future waste more time as fewer scientists and engineers are graduated to solve the problems of the future. The bullshitters' promise of putting a man on Mars is merely political poop. In the coming years, America won't have enough trained scientists to put a junk car on a potholed highway. Long before the budget cuts at NASA and the Shutter Columbia failure, there were curriculum cuts in hardcore sciences for soft-core scorn. Foolish parents and teachers who abhor the assignment of homework are the parents who assign their children the hard work of old age hardship when body and spirit is not so strong. Parents who say their kids won't have it as hard as the parents end up making life harder for their kids. Standard of learning tests suck because, like education, there's too much politics. Standards of learning are needed to benefit from a democratic meritocracy rather than a despotic idiocracy where parents buy grades, diplomas, and jobs. Originally, compassionate conservatives were strong supporters of SOLs until, like public schools, they realized their kids were not as good as they thought they were when required to complete a real world. Out with public education, out with SOLs. A compassionate conservative won't let truth stand in the way of his kids getting something for nothing. To wit, as noted elsewhere, we need to set basic SOL requirements for the U.S. presidency, as well as IQ, ADHD, and dyslexic minimums. Like tax relief for the rich, some people want diploma relief for the rich. Many privileged parents want their kids to be judged by their parents' affluence rather than the kids' ability. Humanity loses. In the 1960s, the average high school graduate had a vocabulary of 25,000 words. Today, 2000, the vocabulary has shrunk to about 1/4, with the exception of four-letter words. The latter trend is an obvious improvement on problem-solving communications as indicated by constant inter-sentence variations of "you know what I mean." Naughty, geographic swimsuit edition for education. Right, we bought Playboy to read the articles. Sports in school has become the equivalent of a nunnery running a brothel on the same premise. Sports is not work. Self-enslavement to false gods is not religion nor morality. Sports is the play ethic. Some sport trends are making the dream of problem-free world a nightmare of an existential meltdown. The NFL demands new and bigger stadiums. So the taxpayers. NCAA demands minimum attendance. Grade schoolers are ranked on national levels. There goes the next generation of working doctors, teachers, engineers, etc. One student snubs the flag because of her definitions of inequalities in America, as if her play ethic is not part of the problem. Women's basketball has been a great source of teaching sportsmanship, with a competition to see which team can blow out an unmatched team by 100 points or more. It began with the Lakeshore girls basketball team lost to Walkerville High School early this season, lost badly, in fact 115-2. The Cincinnati Enquirer reported that nearly 20% of the more than 500 girls basketball games in Cincinnati this game have been blowouts. The score at halftime of that game was 102-24. Leslie was unable to surpass the girls' national record, which was 105 points, because the opposing coach refused to let his team play the second. Yeah, great sportsmanship. Title IX is another example of women buying into the problem foolishness of a male world. Which sex suffers the most in a problem-plagued male world? The sex revolution was a losing proposition for women, like racial gerrymandered districts or inconsequential apartheid ghettos. For a few symbols, blacks and women have lost the war. Title IX is like the liberated slave who becomes a plantation slave master.